Shalom, Yasher Allah. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and the only begotten Son in their proper names, in the Holy Spirit of truth. Call Halayom La, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Ha Rakah Kodash Ma'amath. This is Mazan Ban Yasher Allah coming out of the Lion's Den camp of Yasher Allah, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. My apostle and elder Ahirawan Ban Yasher Allah of this camp as well. Salutations to the Akim out there around the four corners of the earth, preaching this truth in sincerity, and also the men, women, and children that believe in spirit and in truth as well. And I have a quick brief topic, and it's basically going to be on seeking Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai now while he may be found, man. You know, and that's what most of our people are going to figure out, man. You know, the 144,000 men know it, and the 1/3 men, women, and children, they know it, man. We know we need to seek the Lord now. In these times where it seems like nothing going down, man. Even though this place that we dwelling in is straight darkness, you know, and it takes a spiritual eye to be able to see the cloudy darkness that's in this kingdom, man. You know, this kingdom, upside down kingdom known as America, man. All right, so with that being said, I'm not going to rant on too much longer. I'm going to just get started with this lesson. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ratazah, which means his willing, this lesson be edifying and to serve a purpose for the hopeful elect, man. All right, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 55, and I'm going to start at verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Khan. So now is the time to be seeking Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, man. Hey, now is the time that he can be found. Hey, right before the dreadful and dark day that's full of darkness and not light that he's promised that's going to come upon every wicked kingdom that ever stood upon the face of the earth, man. You know, just like he destroyed Nineveh, he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, he destroyed, he destroyed Greece, you know, he wounded Rome, because, hey, that's America ain't nothing but the little horn, you know what I'm saying? The little wounded horn basically getting a little bit of taste of power back, man. Because they don't really have no power, because Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai is the one that's ruling in the kingdom of men. And he give the kingdom to whoever he please, man. So just with Esau getting that power, you know, that power seat, he was already, his days were already being numbered, man, and counted. You know what I'm saying, the kingdom to be translated into one's hands that it needs to be in, man. All right, this is on verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. So therefore, for each one of the so-called Negro, Latino, and the Native American, man, woman, you know, the man and women, man. You know, we have to forsaken our ways, man. You know, if you're not in this truth, man, you know, and you're not acknowledging what Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai has set forth for our ancestors and us to follow, which is those laws, statutes, and commandments, and you are still being wicked, man. You know, hey, the law was perfect, we just wasn't, man. You know, and the law was set, it was set forth in place for us to be able to govern and keep ourselves, you know, to govern and keep ourselves in line, man. You know, those morals and standards that we can live by, man. You know, because what's wrong with, you know what I'm saying, not sleeping with your neighbor's wife, man? What's wrong with, you know what I'm saying, being about your health, being on top of your health, man, and not eating foods that you don't need to be eating, abominable foods, man? What's wrong with, you know what I'm saying, doing everything according to what Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai has set forth, man? I'm gonna just say it as that, man. What's wrong with that, man? You know, and it shows an individual that do the things that's pleasing unto the Lord. They live a longer life, man. You know, the only way that you can get out of living that longer life if He wants you. All right, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. So, His ways are not our ways, and our thoughts are not His thoughts. So, therefore, if you thinking, you know what I'm saying, you understand what good and evil is according to what man's standards are, and you going way off, man. You know, because just like I was saying, man, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai made documents of what is good and what is evil, man. He told us what He would do if we do these good, you know what I'm saying, deeds among each other. And He showed us what He would do to us if we didn't keep these good deeds amongst each other, man. Because that's all it was. The law, statutes, and commandments wasn't doing nothing but loving yourself, man. And if you love yourself, man, you're going to love your neighbor. You know, that's all Yahweh Shai came to show us how to do, man. To be in love with the Father, which is ourselves, man. Because He, the one that chose us, man. He the one that put us under His wing, man. Which is so much, you know, knowing that is just so much more better than anything, you know what I'm saying, that this world has to offer, man. So with that, we should want to get in line, man. Knowing that the creator of the universe, you know what I'm saying, chose us, and the things that belong to Him and for His Son and His people to know is known to us because we are His people, man. Because this, growing up in this kingdom, man, in America, they basically tell you that you're nothing, man. You know, that's what they want you to think and what they want you to believe. You know, and with that being done, that's them slaying Jacob all day, man. As they said, their forefather Esau said they was going to do, you know what I'm saying, once their father Isaac has passed. And that's Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai holding him to that standard, man. That's why they still have that perpetual hatred, man. The old ancient hatred against the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's why the so-called Caucasians, which are the Edomites of the Bible, you know, hate those people. Because of that blessing, man. So therefore, we have to get right according to what was written, man. According to the measuring stick, which is these scriptures, man. It's not according to our thoughts and our ways, our feelings and our emotions. You know, just like a post I recently made on social media, man. You know, I was just putting it out there. I hope people know there's, you know what I'm saying, a difference between, you know what I'm saying, good deeds and righteous acts. You know, what's going to get you the kingdom is righteous acts, not good deeds. You know, like holding the door open for a woman, that's a good deed. Helping that old person cross the street, that's a good deed. You know, giving someone some money or some crap when they need it or whatever, that's a good deed. But the things that's going to get you to the kingdom of heaven is if you're a man, a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American man, you get out there and do what the Lord commanded His man to do. Get out there on them highways and byways, and don't be afraid to get your hands dirty, man. You know, don't be scared to put your hands on that plow. And Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai put that in your spirit, man. Because yes, there are men that's going to be faith warriors in prayer. You know what I'm saying, warriors that's going to be in the house with their families, man. They're just going to believe. You know, but you got the ones that tried to come in this thing and put their hands on the plow, take their hands on the plow, and try to say that they the ones that's going to believe and stay on the back burner now. It don't work that way, man. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai called you to the forefront for a reason, man. You know, if he had it for you to be in that lane and that was your life, that's what it would have been from the beginning, man. And you would have did, you know what I'm saying, you would have did it damn well. Because you got some guys that like to, you know, like they gon', you know what I'm saying, outsmart the Lord, because they trying to outsmart men. But hey, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, man. He withhold all things. You know, he know your thoughts before you even do it, man. All right, verse 9. For as the heavens are higher than earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, you know what I'm saying, his thoughts are higher than earth, man, and higher than the heavens, man, because he created it all, man. So therefore, how do you think your little small, you know what I'm saying, from the lift of your brain to your skull ain't even that far? You think that they can match with how Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai feels, man? You think your emotion got something to do with his ways and what he has established, man? No, man. He don't care how you feel, what you think. Hey, what he says gonna be, man. He said he's gonna destroy a wicked kingdom off the face of the earth. That's what's gonna happen, man. You know, and he ain't stopped with you know, the last kingdom he destroyed, man. You know, he said he's gonna destroy the last wicked kingdom off the face of the earth. Then the kingdom of heaven was gonna be established, man. And there was gonna be no more room for wickedness, man. The wickedness was gonna be purged straight off the earth, man. That's what Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is promising, man. So therefore, hey, there's going to be no room for wickedness, man. It's going to have no common ground. It's going to have to be completely deleted. Control, Alt, delete, man. So with that being said, man, I pray and hope that this lesson was edifying and to serve a purpose for the hopeful elect. Shalom to the next lesson.